Welcome everyone to a Talis product update for February. Today I'm joined by Scott Gibbons, our head of product, and Georgia Hadji-Perez, our product manager. Some quick housekeeping rules. If you have any audio or visual issues, please leave the Teams webinar and then join back up. If you have any comments, if you would like to discuss anything, just put it in the chat. And if you have any questions, just put them in the Q&A box, and then we'll answer them at the end of the session. Lastly, this session is recorded, and a recording will be sent to you after. So today's agenda includes our latest feature, tagging. Then we'll go over some recent releases, some upcoming releases. Then we'll have a look at some analytics discovery. Then I'll share our next update, and at the end of the session, we'll go over to your questions. With that said, over to you, Georgia.
Thank you very much, Juan. And thank you everyone for joining us today. Let me just quickly share my screen. You might see yourselves for just a second. Okay, I hope everyone could see my screen. So today I'm going to be talking to you about our most recent release that was released just today, our tagging feature, phase 1 of this, and I'm going to walk you through what that looks like right now. So some of you may have remembered that earlier last year, end of 2024, we did a big discovery where we spoke to our institutions, those who wanted to participate, about tagging and all the different use cases that they might use this for. So I'm going to be talking about some of those today as I show you how to use tagging. So I'm going to start in the admin area. So if you're a system administrator, you have access to the settings area in admin. And now to the left-hand side, you can see there is a new menu item here, and you click that, and that's going to be where you can add your tags. Now, there's lots of tags that you can add here, but let me talk you through the page. This looks very similar to the importances page. You have your description of your tag, what state it's in, active or inactive, if it has any associated items, and the actions that you can take for it. So I'm going to add a new item. One use case that we found people wanted to look for and use tags with was open educational resources and tagging up open access resources. So we have thought about this, and we're going to add a tag in there right now. So I'm going to put OER. Now at the bottom here, you have active, and you can also untick that. When a tag is active, that means it's searchable in a list and you can add it to reading list items. If it is inactive, that means it will not be searchable in a list and you cannot add it on any new list items, but you'll still be able to see it and report on it on previous lists that it's associated with. I'm going to keep it inactive for now and press save. Now, if I wanted to delete an item, the only way I can do that is if the tag is not associated with anything. So this one here, Georgia tag 1, I'm going to go in there and edit, and I'm going to delete this tag. And that means that it will no longer be in your taxonomy. Now, system administrators have the power to create the taxonomy in your institution. Academics or list editors won't have the opportunity to have a freehand tag. These are all organized by you guys. So I am going to move over to my list now. And these are what tags look like in a list. As you can see, they're here and here. And I'm going to talk to you about adding some tags. So when we originally spoke with our customers about different use cases, of course, OER and OA came up, but also especially, well, globally, but especially with our Australian and New Zealand customers that we spoke with, they're very keen to decolonize their curriculum and also diversify them. And adding tags would really help that. And I spoke to one of our customers, Deakin, and these are some of their reading list items that they would like to use tags for. As you can see, they've currently been using the notes to academics to get this, the information for how they want to diversify the curriculum, let students know what kind of voices are being heard in these resources. So for example, we have Indigenous author, This particular one down here is Deakin author, but I'm going to show you how to add a tag to this item here. Let me scroll up. So I'm going to click the three dots and go down to add tags. And then you have a drop down. So here you'll be able to search through all of the active tags, or you can have a type ahead. So if I want to tag this up as an Indigenous author, I can start typing and then select. I can also, if I don't really want that tag anymore, get rid of it. But I would like that tag. You also have the ability to add multiple tags. So this is a Deakin author. We know Mark Rose works at Deakin, and we like to let the students know that as well. And I'm going to click Save. Now, once I publish this list, the students will be able to see your tags that you've added. They won't see the bin icon because that is just for list editors or those people that have the ability to add tags to a list. Once that's published, we can have a look and see what that looks like. Perfect. Let's go down to View as a Student, and you can see those different tags here. Now, if I go back to the list, you can really use tags for anything. Right now, we have the option to highlight an edition, for example. You can use tags to highlight certain editions. You can add tags to show if a text is in limited use. So, for example, this ebook has limited concurrent users, and then you can let people know via that. Or, for example, print text only. So tags could be used for lots of things. Now, that is how you can add tags and edit tags and remove tags in a reading list. Now, if I would like to, let me just move this bar out of the way. This share screen bar always gets in my way. In the new bookmarking workflow, you can also add tags. So here I have an open access resource. I'm going to click my Talis bookmarking extension. I'm going to be taken to the new bookmarking flow once it loads. And when it does, you can go to Save My Bookmarks. Then when you add to a list, I'm going to choose my tagging list. You get this screen here where you can add your importances and all other information, including tags here. So I might want to click OA because this is an open access resource. And then I can click Finish. And if I go back to my reading list and I go to the bottom of the page, you can see that it has been pasted there with the tag accessible. You can also see tags when you share an item. So if you share the item and you paste it, you'll be able to see the tag associated with this reading list item. It's really important to remember that these tags are for reading list level items only, not resource levels at the moment. Finally, something that hasn't been built yet, but they'll be coming out very, very soon, is the ability inside of My Bookmarks, when you go to an action on a bookmark, add to list, you'll also have tagging available here in this drop down too. That is currently being built. Now, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. And if Juan, you could put the slides back for me, perfect. So what's really important here is this is our first iteration, which means that please try it out. We want you to give us feedback. If you can get onto our AHA Ideas portal, it'll be really, really useful for you guys to let us know what you like and also what you'd like to see more of, because this is our very first iteration. So in phase one, all the things that I've showed you are live now. And we have phase two coming out very, very soon. The development team are in the process of doing that right now. So they are to be able to report on tags. So in the all list item report, you'll be able to see a new drop down where you can add tags and filter by tags. And also in the export, you'll have a new column that will also have tags associated with reading list items you've exported in that report. This information will also be available to our Advanced MIS customers in Advanced MIS. Tags in reviews. So you'll be able to view tags in reviews when you look at different reading list items. You'll also be able to filter by tags and adding alerts for tags as well. So that is being built right now and is coming out very, very soon. I also want to mention that there is no bulk actions for this at the moment. This is all individual actions, but please, if you are interested in something like that, add it to our AHA Ideas portal. The more people that want this stuff, it helps us prioritize what to build next. Next slide, please. And finally, well, how do I get it? So for system administrators, this is live for you right now. You can go into tagging in your admin area, start adding tags, have a little play around, add them to your lists. If you would like other roles in your institution, such as academics or more specifically list editors, to have this ability to add tags and remove them from a list, not necessarily creating any tags in our admin area, please raise a support ticket with our team and they will help you enable the roles that you'd like this permission to be for. And with that, I think I've covered everything. And I'd like to pass over now to Scott.
Thanks, Georgia. So just a quick pass on the recent releases. Obviously, we've had tagging that's just come out today. If I go to the next slide, please, Juan. And obviously, the biggest release of last month was the bookmarking new workflow, which was rolled out 12th of January. That's rolled out to nearly every library. There was a few libraries that wanted to delay that. And the thing to note about that is the old flow will no longer be developed. So if any changes to bookmarking will come into the new bookmarking workflow now. That's all there is really on new releases. Been a couple of minor bits, but that's the main new releases. Also in the tagging flow, of course, we've got the multi-select now, which you can do without tagging that. You can multi-select anything on the filters. If we go up to the next slide, please, Juan. So what's coming up? Let's have a quick look at what we've got planned for the next 6 months in the roadmap. So for the next 6 months, up to June really, we've got the tagging reporting reviews, which will be out probably next month sometime that the dev team are working on now. We're doing a full audit of all the accessibility across the platform, and we'll be doing fixes to those mostly through the first half of this year, but some may go into next year. So that will all be going ahead very soon. We've got a few targeted LTI improvements, mainly fixing things to do with what happens when rollover. A couple of customers had problems with rollover with LTI, so we're fixing that. DCS customers, those of you that are DCS from the CLA will probably know that the new service is launching on the 18th of March. However, the old system, this is provided by the CA, will close for requests from the 6th of March at 5 p.m. So there's a period then from the 6th of March to the 18th of March when they won't be accessing any DCS, won't be accepting any DCS requests. So we're going to switch off our system during those dates. So there's no possibility of any errors coming up. We will be putting a modal message up. So if someone does try and click on to submit a DCS, they will get a little message come up telling them what's going on. And as soon as that goes live with the CLA, when they're saying it's up live again, we'll be switching back on. We've tested it. We don't have any problems with that, so we're confident that will work. Finally, we're going to be starting work on OER and bringing OER and core text into the add resources section. So when you add resource, at the moment, you can either add from Nielsen book data or your discovery system and your My Bookmarks. We'll be expanding that so you can add many different resources, and that will include OER and core text, so that using core text supplier. As usual, any UI changes, we will allow you to switch it on when you're good and ready, so we won't switch everyone over to it. Next slide, please. We've also got edit existing resources, screen changing. Now, some of you will be familiar with this if you're using the new bookmarking edit screen. So when you immediately bookmark a new item and you click edit, you get this screen that comes up. This screen is on the left and then flows down to what's on the right. That's all one screen. I just put it on one slide to fit it all in. And the main difference is from the current edit existing screens is you've got all these buttons to choose. You want to add authors, titles, etc. You also a little pop-up box I've expanded on the left there. You can actually say, oh, I want changes author to editor. So there's a few other minor improvements there that we've popped in. You can only currently do that on new items that you've just bookmarked, just because a little bit of code needs changing in the background. Our team are working on that at the moment, and that will switch over to be able to edit existing resources in the same style coming up soon. It's just need to do a bit of work on that. Next slide, please. We're going to be doing a discovery in the next month on Talis Analytics. So I know many of you on this call have been waiting for improved analytics for a while. And we've had lots of suggestions of what could be in analytics via various emails, discussions with colleagues. So what we're going to do is a full discovery. And discovery is where we speak to customers and find out what you'd like to see from scratch, rather than coming in with preconceived ideas. From our side, we'll probably have people from product, UX, and maybe some of our developers on the team. And you can bring on as many people as you want from your side. Usually this is like a Teams meeting. We might ask a few questions just to get the ball rolling, but the idea is to give you a chance to talk about what you'd like to see when we get into analytics in the future. Probably ask for about an hour of your time, maybe quicker. Depends how much you got to say really and what you want. And what we do say is, I can't promise you're going to get everything you ask for. I'd love to say, yeah, we'll give you everything, but at the moment we are building a set of requirements. We are going to be working with our colleagues at Cortex. Those of you that know Cortex know they're very good at analytics. It's a big part of their business, and they'll be helping us build these analytics out for us. So that's going to be a real benefit to when you get these analytics, we'll have that expertise behind us. If you want to sign up to help us with our discovery, just raise a support ticket. Depending on how many we get, we may do them individually with individual universities, or we might band a few universities together for a bigger discussion, depending on how many people want to be involved. So all those who want to be involved in analytics, please sign up, and we look forward to speaking to you during February and March. And that's all from me.
Over to me, and it's our next product update. So our next product update will be on the 16th of April. I just put the registration link in the chat. And with that said, over to your questions. Sorry about the issue with the Q&A box, but that doesn't matter because we've gotten them written down here. So first question for Georgia. Will it be possible to find all the items with a certain tag when we want to remove a tag? Georgia.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm looking for my microphone. So you'll be able to filter in the reviews, and you should be able to find some information on how to find which items you need from there. You can also do this by running a report in the all list items report to show all the list items that are associated with a tag.
Okay, perfect. Then we've got another question related to tags. Will it be possible? Oh, sorry. Will it be possible to report on tags via OOTB reports and corresponding fields in advanced MIS?
Yes, you will be able to do that.
Okay, perfect. Another tagging question. With the tagging currently, will it only alter and add tags for that list item? Is there any plans to give people adding a tag to see the option to add the tag to all instances for that bookmarked item on a list?
So currently this is just at reading list item level. If you'd like to see it on different levels or in bulk actions, please do add that to our ideas portal. It really helps us to figure out what we need to prioritize building next to make this even better for you guys.
Okay. And another question is, regarding tags in phase 2 or eventually, will it be possible to add tags to bookmarks from within reviews?
Bear with me. I think I've written the answer here already. You won't be able to add any of those within reviews, but if there is something that you, again, really, really want to see or something that will help your workflow, please add that into our ideas portal. It's really, really a place to get your ideas heard from us as well as discoveries. We go through it every week and we're able to kind of go through that feedback, comb through it and see what's really useful for you guys. So please, I implore you to have a go at it, make some tags, add them to a list, and see how you get on. And we are really looking forward to making this something more of what you would like to see. I know it's been a long time coming with tagging, so we're very excited that it's gone live today.
So, Scott, a question for you. Are there any chances to any changes to the Blackboard LTI planned for 2026?
We will make some minor changes to LTI 1.3, which is the standard that we use now. So if you're using 1.3, but those changes at the moment are just based on a few rollover bugs that people have had in certain specific instances. But what I'd say, if there is something you want to see a change at LTI, something you particularly like to see, again, the ideas portal, because we're put aside some time to do some LTI changes. So anything we do on LTI will affect Blackboard, Moodle, Canvas, and Desire to Learn. So all the major LTI providers use 1.3.
Thanks, Scott. Okay, perfect. We'll still have a couple of additional minutes, so if you have any further questions, please put them in the chat. We'll just
to clarify as well on the DCS release on the 16th, from what we've been told, there is going to be a freeze in their current system from the 6th to the 16th, which is why we mentioned both dates, where they switch over from their current offering to DCS 2.0. So we're not able to submit any requests during that time. Hope that helps, and apologies.
Okay, so we got an additional tagging question, Georgia. It says, are tags always user-facing, or is there a way to configure them to be visible only to library staff, i.e. for internal use only?
Perfect. Currently, they are all user-facing, but again, if this is something you'd like to see, library-only tags, please do pop that in our AHA Ideas portal, and we can see how much feedback we get on that as well. That'd be really useful. Thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions? Just give it a minute.
I think there's another question about specific of LTI there. So the specific thing that we're addressing is during rollover, we allow customers to archive listings attached on the hierarchy, and this breaks the module-based content resolution algorithm. Even users are able to access archived content, so we'll be looking at that. Also, I think one customer had a different way of rolling over, so we're looking to help address the messaging they get. So quite specific, and shouldn't really, if you're not noticed any problems, you won't suddenly have problems.
Thank you, Scott. If you have any further questions, please put them in the chat. We'll give it another minute or so, just for additional questions.
Look forward to speaking to some of you in discoveries. Please remember to submit a support ticket, and we'll work through those soon.
Okay, we haven't received any additional questions, so I think that's it from us today. Thank you everyone for coming to our product update webinar.